Generic greetings and welcome to the Magnificent Trufflepigs. Today's beverage is a nice and traditional cup of tea, very on brand indeed. So the Magnificent Trufflepigs is a narrative exploration game, or walking simulator as a lot of people like to call them. However, it's very difficult to talk about the game in any great detail without heading directly into spoiler territory. So I'm going to give fair warning right now, there will be spoilers in this video. The premise is that you are metal detecting on a generic Yorkshire farm, and throughout the course of several days you'll be uncovering things from the soil, but also things about the characters, and you'll be talking to another character via the use of a radio/walkie-talkie. Basically, this game is what you get when you wander around Yorkshire and watch far too much Detectorists. Not that there's any way you can watch far too much Detectorists because it's magnificent, but either way, that's my that's my thoughts on that one. So I'm going to jump into the game and show you a little bit of it. As I said, this is going to contain spoilers, so if the premise of the game has you interested, then I would say no harm, no foul. Stop the video here, go and check the links out in the description and, try it for yourself. I have completed the game and actually then got to the second day, and I do prefer it on the second playthrough. There's things I missed in the story that I'm picking up on the second way through, but either way, we'll check on that later on. Now, there's a lot of talking in the game, so I will shut up when that's happening, so yeah, don't worry, I won't be rambling on all of the time. Let's go to new game and I'll show you probably the first day, maybe even the first half of the first day, because anything more than that won't introduce any new mechanics in terms of gameplay, but it'll just sort of spoil more story, which I'm, like I say, going to try to keep to a minimum. Towards the latter part of the video, I'm going to get into some heavy spoiler stuff, so yeah, just fair warning again. Okay, 3, 2, 1, that's fair warning given. New game, and we'll go to a new game. By the way, when you complete a game, you can get a new game plus, which means you can go back and find stuff that you haven't already, but for some reason, mine has glitched out, and I don't have that option anymore, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, new game, and we will load into a bit of a sort of preamble prologue. Sometime last week, reaching out to an old friend. He's got raised there.
Next week? That's all I've got. Then the farm vanishes, and so does that earring. Really? Well, if you can't manage the whole week, maybe just a day or two. No, it has to be now. They start tearing the farm apart next week. I'm sure. I'm sat right outside it now. I can see the sign.
Yeah, it's definitely sold.
No, I already tried Claire. She's away partying at a festival. Jen's in Hong Kong on business. No, you weren't the last. I just thought, with the kids and everything. Of course not. Look, oh, I'm sorry, Sally. Forget I asked. Jake's gone away. And I just thought we could get the old gang back together. For a bit of fun. Like the old days.
That looks like that's not working out.
Oi! Detecting is fun.
Agreed.
Look, don't worry about it. I've actually been thinking of asking Adam if he'd help. Yes, that Adam. Don't say it like that. You lot just never understood him. And, well, he's never let me down. Jake isn't here, is he? Besides, Adam's a friend. Nothing else. And despite what you all think, he is good for me. I don't need to ask anyone else for help. Trust me, I need Adam. I shouldn't have called, not at this hour. Ignore me. Speak soon, yeah? Hey, Adam. It's me. Oh, look, I know it's been years, but I've got myself into a situation. I don't think I can handle it. Not on my own. That unfinished business at the farm. We need to finish it. Now.
Well, looks like we're going back to the farm. Specifically this farm that we're at now. Monday, a beautiful day. should point out that most days, in fact all of them actually, are beautiful in this game because it is a very, very nice looking game. And
Okay. Adam? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Where are you?
Don't worry, I'm close by.
God, you weren't kidding about getting an early start. I was hoping we might have a lazy start to the week. Grab breakfast, mooch around, get reacquainted. But no.
There'll be plenty of time to do that while we detect. Good to know these things are still working.
They are, which is a surprise considering how cheap and nasty they look.
they do look a bit plasticky.
Oi! These were the coolest toys money could buy in 2005.
Haven't we grown out of toys?
Oh, chill out, they'll do the job. Claire and I once chatted all the way across the valley with him. Grab the shovel and the trowel, then head out to the fields. Hurry up, you're missing a beautiful day.
Okay, so we've been introduced to two characters here, Beth and Adam. We are currently playing Adam, and we have to pick up a trowel. There is one generic unit of digging implement, and here is the second generic unit of digging implement, which is also quite rusty. And into the lovely countryside. Wow.
Isn't it amazing up here?
So you can say it's incredible or it's okay. I say incredible.
These views are incredible.
I'm so glad you're here, Adam. Still can't quite believe it. A whole week with no distractions.
So we've got some nice wildflowers and more radio
Your
chatter.
detector's over by the gatepost. Right by the fields, you'll be scouring first.
So we've got some lovely scenery here, and I'd probably be saying that quite a lot. A lot of detail in it as well. We've got like lovely wildflowers, like some poppies, and are they foxgloves or something? No, don't think they are. Either way, very nice. Got like little butterflies that land on the fence posts, and you can go up to them. Birds flying through there. A massive wind turbine up there, wind farm, and you can take pictures of things like I've just done there. You just sort of point your camera at them, and you automatically take a picture to send it to Beth.
What about the wind turbines?
So,
Excuse me.
2 giant wind turbines have just been erected.
Where are you going with this?
Well, if you give me a minute, 2 wind turbines have just been installed. The first one thinks, oh, we're going to be neighbours for years, I should break the ice. So, it turns to the other one and says, hey, what kind of music are you into? And the second wind turbine says, I'm a huge metal fan.
That's awful. Don't give up the day job.
Right now, this is my day job.
Tragic.
Dum-tish. Okay, so we've got a car here that is a custom number plate which says Bethany by the look of it, and we have driven down there, I'm guessing. That's when it was dark at night. We've got like hot air balloon up there. We've got some wind turbines over there again. Got like a castle thing. We can take photos of that. I'm not going to keep taking photos of things because we don't need to. But the main moment-to-moment what you'll be doing is grabbing hold of the detector, which is this... What is it? It is a... yellow, greeny... Yellow one with little sort of black cables and stuff. Generic detector Mark 1. That's what we've got. Alright, so... how do you use this then?
Just switch it on and walk around. As soon as you get close to anything metal, it'll beep like crazy and light up.
Not correct, but okay, we'll get on that later on. I think we get it.
That's it. I just walk around swinging this thing about.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice. You could probably train a monkey to do this.
Maybe I just did.
How rude.
Touché. Oh, we're gonna have fun this week.
Now, serious for a second. I usually work in straight lines, rather than randomly walking around. It's easier that way.
Okay, you're the boss.
For once, I'm not the boss. Now, let's see what you can find.
So, it says to use the detector, press E, and quite simply, we do that. And what happens is it automatically scans from left to right, and on the top it's also synced up as well to show you where you're scanning. We were told that anything metal it will detect. That's not true because, let's say like that massive metal water trough there, it doesn't detect that. It only detects stuff like under the soil, and technically on the soil if it's part of a story thing. Also, you don't have to be underneath it, for example. So if you're looking for a simulation of metal detecting, you're not going to find it here. It's just a broad representation. So like when we're sweeping there, we're actually missing huge bits of it, and you can see it's also now detected something over there because it's going green, and we can head that way. Before I do that though, I want to just show I think is a really nice detail. So when it swings left to right, it will actually go around objects, so like that. So I really like that. Instead of just clipping through, it actually like sort of works around, which I think is a very nice detail. That's pretty good. Anyway, back over here, I think it was. And what we'll do is we're just trying to point towards the signal, which is over this side. Strong signal, and there we go. You found something. So it's underground. You'll need to dig it up. The vast majority of stuff that you find will be underground, but some of it can be on the surface, and that's mainly story things. So we'll press E to dig with the shovel. So we'll take that plug out there, and I've got this on left-handed trowel, but you can change it to the other side as well. And then we're basically going to dig down here, and we're going to find what looks to be a coin, a penny, I think it is. I like the ridges on there, nice little detail. It's just catching the sun quite nicely. So what we'll do is we'll take a photo of that, and we'll go for that, and we'll send it over. There you go, my first find, and it's money. Oh wow, good work, Beth says. Please send me a photo. Okay, snappy snappy. There we go.
Hey, a penny's a great first find. But we'll find something way more impressive before this week's out.
You sure about that? You scoured this place as a kid. Not much has happened here since. We could go anywhere, but you insist on staying here and standing. I don't get it.
Come on, you know why. That earring? The best thing I ever found. The other one is definitely here, and I want to find it.
That earring? You can't be sure the other one's here.
It is. Always has been. Don't care what anyone else says. Last time, it wasn't just a lucky find, you know.
You're not going to drop it, are you? This obsession of yours.
That earring changed my life. Okay, I was only a kid, but it changed everything. Still makes me smile thinking about it. The money seemed like a lottery win back then. And being in the papers, being the centre of attention, it was nice.
We could have done this years ago. Why now?
I think those are flying in a circle.
I asked Farmer Hobbs so many times, but he always said no. Maybe he thought he could find the other earring for himself.
But not this time.
Well, he couldn't really, could he? Not now that he's dead.
Just when you were starting to think the day would never come, he goes and dies. Surprised you didn't help him on his way.
Oi! No! It wasn't like that. He passed away. His hair's sold up. And next week they start installing a solar farm.
So this is it. The last chance for more fame and fortune.
It's the last chance to find that earring. I don't care about the money or being in the news again. No, I just want to... It felt so good last time. I don't think I've ever been as happy. But we should crack on, just in case the builders arrive early and turf us off.
You mean I'm not supposed to be here?
Oh, relax, Adam. I bet no one even notices you.
Oh, don't have permission. Also, solar farm being erected and have to quickly scour the land before it's all covered over. That's very Season 3 of Detectorists. Anyway, back to the actual detecting. So we're going to do some more scanning and... Oh, no, apparently we're not allowed to because Beth says, hey, I've drawn a map for each field. Oh, okay, fair enough. And... like to mark locations where I've found something. Yep, fine. Handy if you put your detector down, wander off and forget where it is. Makes sense. So let's have a quick look at the map then. And I like all the hand-drawn thing. It's really nice that. I'm just trying to turn it towards the sun so you can see it. And you can even see like the fold lines in it. So there's lovely detail there. So this is the field that we are currently detecting in. Anything that's in green we can detect in. Anything that's like outside of that, so in the sort of just standard white paper, you can't actually go there and find stuff. Now, you won't be scanning the whole field to completion. There's just no time for that, I've found. And you also don't come back to them as well. Anyway, we're just going to keep detecting, and let's see what we find this time. So we will trowel this out and see what we're going to pull out of the ground. And it is... Oh, that is happy shopping. That's the thing that will go on your keyring to substitute a pound for a shopping trolley. So you don't just get them all and fling them in a canal. And let's take a photo. And there you go. Shopping cart token. I guess that counts as a coin. Yeah. I should point out that the stuff you find, some of it is set, I'm guessing because of story. Others, it's random as well. And there are achievements for finding a certain amount of items. And, in fact, finding everything. So there you are. Speaking of finding things, you might have heard there that Beth is trying to find an earring. I hope you like hearing about that, because that will be repeated throughout the story many, many times. So just continually detecting around here, and I'm doing it in a sort of grid way. You notice obviously I'm not being too careful on exactly where we go and stand, because, well, basically it doesn't really matter that much if we're quite honest. Oh, that's very nice. Let's actually take a little bit of time out to go and check out the terrain. In fact, I found that a lot of my time in the game is just wandering around and being in the world. It is a beautiful world. It's very relaxing to be here, and the music is just subtly in the background there, and it just makes it a nice place. You've also got like birds tweeting away and trees rustling, gentle sort of wind noises and things. And I like the farm as well. It does feel like a genuine farm, as in it's not totally clean. You've got bits like this, like pallets lying around, and like water troughs and things like that. Although I don't know why they're currently trying to farm a rock. This is Big Mummy Rock, and you can see the baby rocks there, and they've obviously put a pen around them to stop them escaping. Obviously not. I just don't know why they would fence it off. I guess so you don't whack into things with machinery, but there you are. And, oh, look at that. The butterfly's just nicely landed there. I wish you could take your camera out and take pictures of things, or even better, have some binoculars. That would be very nice. Anyway, we're going to go back into this field. Sometimes there's gates separating the different fields, but in this case, well, it's not the case. So we're going to go from about here, I think it was. We'll check the map, and yep, that's about right. And I like to say, look at a point and go, right, that's where we're going to go to. And that is actually noted on the map as well. So there is like a sort of gap in the wall there and a tree, and that is shown on the end there. So if that's our goal, we'll just sort of head roughly towards that. Because, like I say, you don't fully scour the field out, it doesn't really matter too much. And here we go, we've found something else. So what are we going to find? Now, if memory serves, this will be part of a locket, I think, because this is one of the story ones. This is like the third time I've played through the first day. So yeah, this again is a bit of a story one. And we can take any side of it we want, and there we go. First bit of jewellery, doesn't look that great. What do you think? Probably be back on the radio again. Just zooming in on your photo. Hold on.
Looks like half a sweetheart locket.
Not precious.
Nah, sorry. Just some cheap metal. And it's broken. Literally a broken heart.
Speaking of broken hearts...
So we can say, where's Jake, or are you and Jake over?
Did you and Jake split?
Wow, dive right in, why don't you?
Yeah, why not?
Sorry, it's just strange seeing you without him.
He's gone away with his annoying rugby friends for a few days. That's all. He'll be back soon.
Maybe you should text him. Let him know he's missing out on all this fun, right?
Maybe. And he is missing out. He's got no idea how much he's going to miss out on.
That seemed a bit ominous. Continue scanning then. We'll check near this water trough as well, because why not? I like the little wild flowers and such. I mean, it's all overgrown, but the farm isn't abandoned. It's just Farmer Hobbs, I think it was, has passed away, so it's obviously got to a state of maybe not disrepair, but certainly I like the details it goes around like that. That's nice. But you can see it's not detecting that, even though it's a massive metal trough. Yeah, so obviously it's all like wild flowers now. But I mean, this could be, it doesn't have to be set on a farm. It could have been set pretty much anywhere. I guess the idea is we're just in a field. As long as it's a nice looking field, we don't really care. Alright, digging out once again. And let's see what we find this time. It is... Oh. Well... That's something I didn't expect to find. That is definitely not a potato masher. That is for, well, probably unlicensed dental surgery. It's a knuckle duster. And we'll continue on. Actually, can we have a little look at that castle over there? Yeah. Nice to zoom in. That would make a great place to go detecting. I tried years ago, found nothing. All you find is whatever the tourists have dropped. See, that's a bad thing. Coins, phones, we could get rich quick. LOL. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Alright, continue detecting. There's another one of those pens with the rocks inside. By the way, I should point out that a lot of the fields you can see from here you will end up going in. And also, yes, I did try to detect out there on my first playthrough, and I did find something. Because, bit of a sort of early spoiler, it doesn't seem to really matter.
Hey, I forgot to ask, is your detector working okay?
I think so. Why?
Oh, it's my old one. The battery can be a bit temperamental.
Oh, we got hand-me-downs then.
Your old one? You mean I've got your cast off?
Yeah, afraid so.
So you can say, want to swap or still find more than you? Want to swap?
Can I try using your detector for a while?
See how we get along. I might let you have a go. In a few days.
Scared I might find more than you if I have some decent kit.
I like your ambition. Maybe we'll make a truffle pig of you yet.
What? A truffle pig?
Oh, blame Dad. He started calling me a truffle pig because I could sniff treasure through all the mud. Oh, I loved that nickname. It became our gang name too. Me, Claire, Sally, Jen. We were the Truffle Pigs. Our detectors too. That's Truffle Pig 1 you're holding.
Oh.
You named your metal detector Truffle Pig? Oh, no, hold on. I'm beeping.
What? Did you find something else?
Oh, there's false alarm. It was my crazy person detector going off because it overheard you calling your detector Truffle Pig.
Oh, funny. Anyway, you already knew I was crazy. I think that's why you agreed to come here.
Lured to an isolated farm by a crazy woman.
And only one of them will leave. I'm sure one of the Truffle Pig t-shirts Dad had made for us is still in my attic. I should dig it out.
I hope you're not expecting me to be seen in one of those.
No, I think you're safe on that count.
Alright. As I was saying, it doesn't seem to really matter exactly where you scan, I don't think, because it seems to be more tied to... I don't know whether it's tied to a timer or whether it's... I don't know whether it's between, like, a certain distance between where you've already, like, been, so you're not going to find things directly next to each other, or whether it's on a timer, but it, yeah, because we don't have to scan the entire field, and... Oh.
Want a break for lunch?
Because we keep getting interrupted.
Juice. We can recharge it.
I can say okay or not yet. I'm going to say not yet.
Let's carry on for a little while.
Let's carry on for a while.
Okay. Let's see how long that thing lasts.
Okay. So here's the thing. We've been over this area again. Let's see if I can actually find anything here. I assume we won't be able to find anything. Nah, not finding anything. So at least it's known where we've been. Although admittedly that was a very small little bit of detecting there. But we're going to have a look around here. And there are achievements for finding things after... when you're on overtime, essentially. After you've said, no, I want to keep detecting. But so far, we're not finding anything. I know I've went right off the line. Oh, hang on. We've got a signal. So, going towards it strong. And we found something. So, let's see what it is this time. So, dig it out. When in doubt, dig it out, as they say. And it is a 30th birthday button. 30 today. I may polish this up for you. Oh, didn't actually realise she was... Oh, 30th is creeping closer by the day, so we know she's under 30. Either she just likes wearing buttons like that. For the flair. And I think we're about to run out of battery. And there we go. Battery is running low. Sadly, Trufflepig 1 out of
Okay,
juice.
looks like my battery finally died.
Right, let's break for lunch. See you at the car. Last one back smells.
Alright, to the car. We don't actually have to run to the car, we can just sort of sit around. And we now get...
This car is going to be so muddy by the end of the week. And try not to get crumbs everywhere.
Wow, you really love your car, don't you?
Uh-huh. So, how was your first morning of detecting?
Brilliant.
It's fun, and I'm loving being outside.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting me.
No worries. The golden treasure we'll find will be a nice bonus.
Love all these wide shots and all the drone sort of shots as we go
Are
around.
we going to pretend nothing's happened?
What?
It's been so long, and you're just pretending we've never been apart, that nothing's wrong.
Okay. Well, how's life been since we last saw one another?
Shouldn't I be asking you questions, like, why am I even here? And how come you're not at work? Your job always seemed to come before everything else. You were obsessed with it.
I am, but
But...
I've been working like crazy lately. I thought I'd see how Mud-a-Lot survives without me.
if you insist. Mud-a-Lot. Such a silly name.
Mum asked me what I liked, and I said, I like mud. A lot. Oh, I wish she was still here to see what she created. Her little outdoor equipment company. It's an empire now. We're the biggest employer in the valley, you know. Stanning would die on its arse without Mud-a-Lot.
And when Dad retires, it's going to become your empire?
Yep. Well, Dad'll probably put me in charge. I mean, I'm the eldest. Arguably the smartest.
The most modest Mud-a-Lot sister.
Absolutely.
Definitely the best at tree climbing.
You remembered. But yes, all of those things. Perfect CEO material. It must be mine, right?
So you can say, what if you're wrong? Are you sure? Are you sure?
And you're sure about that?
As good as. I know Dad's been impressed, always saying how proud he is. So yeah, I'm sure that's been his plan.
But you've never discussed it. What if you're wrong?
I've been there longer than Lucy. It wouldn't make sense not to.
And your dad agrees?
Okay, Dad hasn't said out loud, but it's always been the plan that I'd take over.
You know, I thought we had plans once. We were a team. Till you ditched me. Forgot all about me.
That's not fair, Adam. Or true. I never forgot about you. I never wanted you to go. I had to.
Well, I'm here now. But you still haven't said why. Are we ever going to discuss it? Why I'm really here?
We're here to find that earring. Not sit here eating sandwiches and Jaffa cakes all day. We should be fully charged again now. Come on, back to it.
Okay, sounds like there's some insecurities with Beth there about her job in the future, and that'll be a theme throughout the course of the next 5 days. Really, is oh, good grief! Turn it on and we've got something straight away. Yeah, that'll be a theme as we go through the days and find out more about the characters, and that's already the front of a vehicle. I can already tell because I've already dug this one out in the past, but it is random. This one, I believe, and it is a toy car. No name on it, not a matchbox. Have no idea. But it's a very happy car. I'll take the front of it there. I'm back on the walkie-talkie.
Nice find. Sadly, they're only valuable if they're pristine and boxed. A fancier model of car would help too. But you're definitely getting the hang of this.
Definitely.
Speaking of fancy cars, I noticed yours is a bit flash,
So you can say overkill or totally you.
which is totally you.
What do you mean?
You never drive further than Mud-a-Lot. It takes 2 minutes, but you just had to have the flashiest car in the village.
Hey, I work like crazy. I'm allowed to treat myself. I worked hard for that car.
Treat yourself is a box that you only use to drag yourself from home to work.
One day I will go on a road trip. You can come too, but I might make you catch the bus for being mean.
Fine by me. Anyway, I like buses. Being with other people, watching the world go by.
Yeah? And what about the weirdo you always get on buses, chatting away to themselves? Oh wait, you are the weirdo.
Oh, you think I'm the weirdo?
All right. By the way, they keep talking about Mud-a-Lot. That's actually a company down in the valley here. We can head down and check that out. We're going to detect in the other field because, well, why not? So we've got what have we got? Like sort of little, yeah, that whole village goes across there. There's a school there, I think. Yeah, that's the school. There's looks like the top of the church there. Although to be fair, it's quite low down. So yeah. And then we've got Mud-a-Lot over there, which is the company that was founded by Beth's mother and is now grown into, well, the size of that. I say Beth's mother, Beth's family, I think. Anyway, let's continue detecting in this field this time. And what have we got over there? We've got like a little metal can of some kind and a pallet. And also all these bushes that they've fenced off. All of the fence is in a state of disrepair there. We can see it's starting to fall apart, but there you are. And we've also got this farmhouse as well, which we haven't really had a good look at. We'll check that out in a second. But we have got something. What have we found here? So nothing when we first dig up, so we'll use the trowel and we'll find, looks to be a, it is, no idea what that is. We don't really have a sense of scale for this thing. It's not a nail, it's not a tent peg. Send it to Beth. Oh, it looks like a prong from a hay fork. Okay. Imagine how big the matching knife would be. Very good, very good. Okay, so we are still detecting. I could continue detecting and find out more, but quite frankly, that is as far as I really want to go with showing you that. There's another butterfly there. Oh, that's very nice. Blue. The reason is that any more would just be dissecting the story and going through that again, which is something I'm trying to avoid, because I try to avoid, well, spoilers in general, which is very difficult with a story-driven game like this one. That is a nice farmhouse there. We've got some ivy on the outside, also a nice shed there, and which looks to be in there for a little bit of time. We've got some paint peeling off the roof, and looks like this sort of bit that juts out to the right. I don't know whether that would be originally covered in maybe some plastic or something like that for maybe a greenhouse, and maybe it's just like a little pot and shed. I really don't know. Other uses for timbers are available, but yeah, any more would really just sort of getting the story of of Beth and Adam there. So I want to sort of leave it there for now with this video, certainly with this part of it anyway. And what I mean by that is I'm going to, in the next couple of minutes, get into some more heavy story and spoiler stuff. So yeah, overall thoughts and feelings of the game. I love the world. I just love being in this place. It's a lovely place to be. It's very relaxing, and I often find just wandering around is just like a nice thing to do. It's just a nice relaxing experience on that front. In terms of the story, originally when I played it, I thought it was fine, although a lot of the beats honestly didn't really hit, and a lot of the threads that were introduced seemed to be either just pulled away, like for they would just be, oh, here's a thread, that's a bit of intrigue, yeah, that could be interesting, and then pretty much half the day, maybe a day later, oh, actually forget about that, doesn't matter. And I was like a little bit disappointed there. Also, the relationship between Beth and Adam, I was quite unsure of, but on the second time around, I'm starting to warm to it a little bit more. I know that's lots of generalizations and being very vague, but I'd like to say I don't want to spoil it. Overall, if you like what you see, then you may want to give the, like I say, links in the description a check out there and check out the store page, because this is fairly representative of what you'll be doing throughout the course of the next, I think it's 5 days. 4.5. Yeah, it is 5 days. Yeah, 5 days. So yeah, you'll be finding things. You'll be uncovering more about Beth and Adam and their relationship, and also what's going on in her life, and that's what it's really sort of centering around, as well as her family and such. So yeah, if you like the idea of that, then by all means, you want to check the links out in the description. It's not a terribly long game. I think I completed it in about 2.5 hours, and that was with actually spending a bit of time wandering as well. So I'd say it's probably a 2.5-3 hour game if you didn't do any skipping at all and, you know, had a little bit of time to wander around. But obviously I'm playing through it a second time. So yeah, there you are. Okay, so that's fair warning right now given. That's as general as I want to go with that one. I'm going to get into a bit more specific things that will be a spoiler. It is a big spoiler. So 3, 2, 1. Are you gone? If you're still around, it's going to be spoilers. Okay, I'm not too sure Adam's real. I don't know if this is intentional, but right at the start of the game, obviously she was on the phone talking to her friends who couldn't come, and then suddenly talking to us. And every time there's questions about Adam, it's always deflected back to her. And she's very dismissive of Adam, and also very, I would say inconsiderate as well. Very, I don't know if selfish is the right word, because throughout the game, she's going obviously through a lot of stuff in her life, and is very much centered on that. But Adam just seems to be the analog for flinging questions at her, and it's always like, oh, you know us really well, and things like that. And, you know, it like sort of brings in this element of, actually, are we just sort of talking to ourselves? Is this like a childhood made-up friend? Is there more something, sort of, I don't know whether it be alter ego or even like something of, say, like a psychological element there. I'm not really too sure what it would be, but I'm still questioning whether or not Adam is real, especially towards the end where they basically go, I don't need you anymore, poof, as if you just disappear. So it's either that, or there's a lot of things that either haven't totally connected, or maybe even sadly missed out in the writing. I couldn't possibly comment, and I think a lot of it is down to your own personal take on it, but that would be mine anyway. I'm not, like, say, I'm fairly confident that we are not real and we are actually walking around as Beth, but that obviously doesn't gel entirely well with the fact that we are sending pictures and text to this other character. So I don't know, and I don't know whether that's by design, whether it's bad design, or whether I'm just not getting something. Either way, makes it a bit more interesting, and I'm sure on the second time around, because like I say, this is my second time, well, technically this is the third, or maybe even fourth time I've played the first day. Yeah, I'm sure when I finished it the second time, I'll have a lot more definitive answer for myself. Not that it really matters, because just being here and playing it is enough for me, and it's got that intrigue there, but as I said, I do think some of the threads that they introduce, there's things like UFOs and murders and stuff like that, and you think, oh, there's loads of different ways that could go, and then it just sort of chickens out with it a bit, I find. So, yeah, a little bit of a letdown on that front. But overall, it is a positive experience and something that I can say that, yeah, tentatively recommend, I would say, if you like your walking simulator / narrative experiences. Although, to be fair, I've just spoiled a lot of it, so the chances are that you might not want to be checking it out anymore. So apologies to that one. But yeah, give fair warning, and to be fair, your take might be different, so still probably worth the look. So I would say, yeah, overall, it's not a don't buy, but it's a yes with caveats, which I've mentioned. A couple of technical things. I would like personally the metal detecting to be more in depth and also longer. I would like just to spend more time in these fields detecting and finding things. Also, there is no you got achievements for finding several items, and also lots of all the items in the game, because like I say, a lot of it is random that you find. However, there's no, like, say, finds table or finds bag where you can say these are the things that I found. That would be really good to go back and check out what you found. Also, I have had about 3 or 4 lockups where it's even just opening the menu, it just locked up. But this is version 1.0, so I'm assuming those technical things can be ironed out, and hopefully there will be. I would certainly like a couple of things added. The ability to just take photos as I wish. If there is that option, then I haven't found it. That would be nice, just to take some photos and some screenshots and such. That would be very nice. Just pull the camera out and take photos. Binoculars would be quite nice, although I have a feeling it would spoil things over there, because even now we can see they're not overly detailed. But like things that would be quite good. A bag or table or whatever to show all the finds that we've got. And also, when you go to New Game Plus after you complete the game, like say mine's glitched out, so I haven't got that. I would very much like, once you complete the game, to be able to swap and select the different days. So I'd say, right, just jump me on day 3 because there's an achievement I haven't got, or whatever, or because I just like that weather, because there is you know, different like weather. So I think it's day 3 or 4. It's like quite it's quite overcast, so you know, you might want to go on to a different map for different reasons. But either way, those are all sort of minor things. Overall, as I said, I have enjoyed it and will be playing to completion a second time around, and maybe get a different opinion of the story at the end of it. So yeah, that's been a bit of the Magnificent Trufflepigs. It is very subtle, very twee, and a lovely experience to just, like I say, wander around here. And obviously, the story has got me intrigued enough to continue playing it, so there's that. Either way, if you like what you see, then by all means check the links out in the description, which I have mentioned several times now. It's not a sponsored video or anything, I've just picked it up myself because, as it is probably fairly evident by now, I am a massive fan of Detectorists, which I think is genuinely one of the best TV shows I have watched in recent times. Say recent times. 2016 when I watched it, 17. Either way, I've watched it several times, and that's why I was originally drawn to this. And it wouldn't be a surprise to me if the developers had very much latched onto that. And yeah, the setting as well. This is not where I live, but certainly my neck of the woods and places I've been to many times in North Yorkshire and things like that. So yeah, I get where they're going with it, and yeah, seems to be fairly representative, I think. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed this video and a little bit look at the Magnificent Trufflepigs. By all means, check the links out in the description if you want to see it. If you want to see more or continue on with this one, then by all means let me know. It's unlikely that we'll go for our completes on this one because, well, I think it's fairly evident that we've sort of shown what needs to be shown. But yeah, hope you have enjoyed it either way. Let's go back inside, close ourselves in, and go to sleep. And close the door. There we are. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.